What's up, guys? It's Gardy B with the Jenkins Jonez show. As always, I'm here with my good internet buddies, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
What's up, guys?
LeJethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, bubbas? And if you fuck with us, you want to see more of our content, please jump on YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
All right, let's talk about Celtics-Bucks Game 7. Boy, did that not go the way I wanted it to. John, the floor is yours.
No, I don't. I'm not here to gloat. I really like Giannis. You know, it pains me to root against running duck, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel really bad for the shark community. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for your loss. You know what I mean? I just love St. Louis. I love Jayson Tatum. I think he officially became my favorite player in the league. I think he's actually been that. I just don't think I knew it. You know what I mean? Because today during the Game 7, I'm yelling at Giannis. I'm like, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, no, it was this internal battle where I'm like, you know, I'm rooting, you know, so, but I don't, it's beautiful. I thought this, I mean, I told y'all this prior, you know, when it comes just basketball specifically, we're talking about like, I thought that the Bucks only won one game, like without you know, they didn't involve the Celtics being undisciplined. You know, two of the three games they lost, the Celtics tricked that shit off. And so I'm thinking like, if the Celtics just remain disciplined, they're a better team than this Bucks team without Middleton. And I mean, it proved tonight. It proved true tonight, man. Like they look great, and they took what came to them. You know what I'm saying? And fucking what, Grant Williams? I was like, who do we compare him to? Like I think there's a bag, not a big bag, but a nice sized bag. He'll play in the league for a while. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who to compare him to. He's just such a weird basketball player.
Yeah, he's for sure a one-on-one. I think he had what, 8 threes today or some shit.
Like, but he shot like 19 of them things or 16.
He had a shot like 16.
But I mean, the thing is though, he was so butt naked. You know what I'm saying? Brook Lopez was leaving him wide open. And so it's like Brook Lopez could cheat towards the basket by leaving him open if he doesn't shoot those threes. So he has to shoot them to open up the lane, you know what I'm saying, so people can start getting to the rim. And once he started hitting threes, it was over. Everything opened up. Then they can do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
I don't care if it's an NBA or if it's an elementary school basketball game. Once the fat kid starts making threes, the game is over, bro.
Oh, man.
Is it true?
I don't want to.
That's from what I've seen, yes. And that's always the crowd favorite, too. Like, a fat kid lighting it up at an AAU tournament, the whole fucking arena goes crazy for that kid.
Yep. Second only to, like, league-level dunker.
Yeah.
I've been the fat kid making threes with sports goggles on, so I feel comfortable saying that. You know, it's like, oh, if he's hot, it's fucking over.
But I think they say he shot 40% from the field this year, so he can shoot normally. But
he was not supposed to shoot the defending champions out of Game 7, though.
He wasn't. I mean, Jayson Tatum did his thing too. Jayson Tatum looked like the Jayson Tatum we saw the last 2 games we saw in the first series, where he looked like the guy that knew the offense better than anybody else. Because he was the guy that made the pass, if not to get the assist, but to get to make the pass to get the assist. You know what I mean? The hockey assist. So yeah, man.
You know what I loved about this series, because we talked about this in Game 1, was you just knew it was a real fight, and you knew it was just going to come down to like who could survive it. And Giannis at the end of that series found, I think for the first time since he started growing, he found his limit. You know, you saw it when he checked out of the game and he just collapsed on the bench.
Layups.
I think they said he's the first player in NBA history with, I think it was like 200 points, 200 rebounds, 100 assists. He hit some mark that no one had ever hit in a single playoff series.
He averaged 40. I think what did he shoot from the field? You know what I'm saying? Like the dude was like doing everything everywhere, and you just can't. They said he scored or assisted on like every point except for 2 in the first half.
Yeah.
Or first quarter. You can't, that's not sustainable, even for a fucking street shark. Okay?
But the street shark found out that street sharks need to rest.
Street sharks need teammates. You know, Drew showed up, you know what I mean? But we didn't get much more than that. Middleton would have helped a lot. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it was like Connaughton, George Hill, Grayson Allen, and
the refs helped. Well, the refs helped both sides. The refs were horrible.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that. And someone they combined for like 8 points or something. It just there wasn't any help. And I think unfortunately for Giannis, and you already saw this online a little bit tonight, but like the Middleton injury is brutal because he's not quite famous enough for like the general public to give that as an excuse. You know what I mean?
and in the grand scheme, like nobody's going to remember Middleton. Like you're not going to be talking about this loss. Like,
but it is true that it's a very different, obviously a very different series if they have their second best player. You know what I mean?
Middleton looked that good in the first series, though.
You know, we were all angry at the refs tonight, but I also think if you read what the rules are around block charges, it's not really the refs' fault. I mean, they need guidance in 2022 when you have 260-pound 7-footers playing at the perimeter at the speed of light. It is not the game that it was when it was big dudes banging down low and smaller guards. Like, they need more guidance around because all of those charges on Giannis were legit. Is Marcus Smart selling the contact every time? Yes. But he is also, by rule, they all could have been charged. They could have tossed him out of every game in this series.
But also, are you going to call that every time with Giannis? Like, it's not his fault. You know, I get what you're saying. I'm agreeing with you. You know what I mean? So
right. They've got to update the rule book to make it applicable to the sport that's being played in front of them. And I would hope, and I think we should all hope, in the way that the hand check rule completely changed the game of basketball, they need to take the incentive for selling flops out of the game. And I understand it's basically the only tool left for defenses with the way that guys play basketball now, but it's horrible. Someone's going to get super hurt doing it, trying to go under Giannis when he's running at full speed. It's a bad basketball play, and I hate it on an aesthetic level and a moral level. I just hate it.
Anti-charge.
We're anti-charge. I would rather see zone defense than fucking dudes taking charges.
I mean, that Connaughton charge and the Grayson Allen shit, it's always, I don't know, the weird ones. The weird ones that lean into that.
Celtics-Heat, Tuesday, game 1. What do you guys think about this? I really have no idea what to make about this series. John, you think that you said early on in Bucks Celtics, you thought that was the chip series. You think that the Celtics go through?
Series. I mean, and the thing is, they beat each other so much. I mean, they just didn't play 7 games. People talk about going to war. This is the closest thing we saw it on a basketball court in a long time. People were talking about this shit look like 96. Them motherfuckers was beating each other's ass. There was one point where I thought Portis just wanted to fight. He said, fuck basketball. I just want to bang. We down 12. I don't give a fuck. This motherfucker was flexed up with this motherfucking side profile. That's the fuck everything I'm trying to swing on somebody's face.
Marcus Smart's dick got kicked into the sun. That's how hard they were playing in this fucking series.
I saw it live on television.
It was in the lunar eclipse.
Jeez. Is there anybody like tougher than Marcus Smart? I think he's tough to he's like a boxer that won't go down. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nigga, y'all got to throw in the towel for him because he don't know when to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like Marcus Smart anyway. But I feel like the Celtics are a better team. I think they're the best team left in the playoffs. You know what I mean? I think they're incredible on both ends of the court with their size and their skill at the guard level. But I don't know. I mean, Spo is extremely smart. But I just like the Bucks had. My homie was hitting me up. He's a Heat fan. He was like, hey, Tatum ain't gonna do that to us. I'm like, no, he just did that shit with Giannis and fucking Drew Holiday. Who the fuck, you think Bam is as good as either of them on defense? Bam is great. Bam ain't none of them niggas. You feel me? Like, Butler's gonna do that and get 40 on the other end because he's gonna need that 40. It's not gonna happen. So, I don't know, bro. I feel like the Celtics are much better. I would say Celtics in 6. But if they come out and they got beat up too much in this series, that wouldn't surprise me as much either. But it's just, as far as skills, Celtics in 6.
Tyler?
I feel like the Celtics are the better team, but, something that shit we were just discussing on this episode is that there were very bad spells of them executing last series, right? Like, they don't
The Heat do that too, though. Yeah. So they got some young players on their squad.
They do. I feel like the Celtics aren't executing at the level of a team that can win a championship just yet, and it's no knock on them. Like, I'm not saying they're behind schedule or anything. These are the lumps that you take on this road and shit. But they're the better team. I think Spo's the better coach in this matchup. I think the Heat are a better coach team, and I think I'm just going with coaching and veterans here again. You know, I'm bound to be right sooner or later. So yeah. So I'm going with the Heat in 7 on this one, man.
It'll be a good series.
I'm going with the Heat in 5. Fuck the Celtics. With all due respect to Jayson Tatum.
I mean, it's not the Celtics. We rooting for St. Louis, man. Come on now.
I'm gonna have to root for the. Hey, listen. The Cowboys signed one of my favorite human beings ever, football player from Long Beach, and I gotta root for him when he's with the Cowboys. I understand the dilemma that you're in, but I'm not from St. Louis. I do love you. I like Jayson Tatum, but I hate the city of Boston. I hate seeing their fans celebrate.
Nice? What about that boy Nice? It's the only thing left.
I'm over here with Luka, that boy Nice, and the Great White Hope.
You want the Heat Warriors? That might be a good series, actually. Heat Warriors might be a good series.
I actually think any combination of these 4 teams is a pretty great finals, to be honest with you.
I would say that as well.